Stay back, will you? I'll show you the goods. I have to admit, I didn't expect much. Good. Stay.
Back during the first wave, my...
Sharp like a knife, small time streamer, no fame, no crown, but my voice is my own, I won't back down. I guess I'm too raw, too rough, too plain, but I'm spitting my heart, not chasing some game. No corporate leash, no puppet on strings, I'm free in my words, the truth that I bring. No big channel shine, no glitter, no fakes, minimal effort, just me and my taste. I'm speaking the truth, let the whole world know. Small time streamer, but that's how I roll. Do my words hit hard, give the system the chills. Minimal effort, no budget, no frills. I'm carving my path, let the fire erupt. Small town dreamer with a voice that's enough. Got a webcam flicker and a beat in my chest. Bass takes in my veins, spilling facts is my quest. I'm breaking the mold, no mainstream appeal. Just a kid with a dream and a heart made of steel. I sift through the data, the left and the right. No bias, no agenda, just seeking the light. They laugh at my setup, my low-res stream, but my words cut deeper than the corporate screen. I guess I'm too raw, too rough, too plain, but I'm spitting my heart, not chasing some game. No corporate leash, no puppet on strings. I'm free in my words, hear the truth that I bring. No big channel shine, no glitter, no fakes, minimal effort, just me and my taste. I'm speaking the truth, let the whole world know. Small time streamer, but that's how I roll. Do my words hit hard, give the system the chills. Minimal effort, no budget, no frills. I'm carving my path, let the fire erupt. Small time dreamer with a voice that's enough. I'm the spark in the dark, the glitch in the code, carving my lane on this uncharted road. Million subs, no viral fame, but I'm owning the truth and I'm changing the game. I'll scream till my lungs give out, till the signal's dead. Every word that I speak is the blood that I bled.
Yo, Patriot, you're not lying. DB did good. Okay. Now I had to pick that style of music because I was inclined to go with the punk music just because my natural proclivities lean towards like punk music and all that. But he also did like a metal version, and I can't remember what other versions DB made, but he gave me like 3 or 4 options, and that's the one I went with. So hopefully it's satisfactory. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Now let me clear up my inventory real quick, guys, and then we'll get started talking about some other stuff. I'm not playing this game tonight. I I legitimately was killing a few minutes before the stream started, so this is just my tired, lazy ass desperately wanting to have a little bit of fun after a Monday that kind of sucked. And not like bad, nothing bad happened. It was a Monday. And so I'm like, you know, I've been running nonstop. I had my stream stuff, all the tabs open, everything ready to go. I'm like, I'm gonna play this for about 20 minutes, more or less, until time to get streaming. So you still have them all saved as backups? You know, maybe we could do something with those in the future. I don't know. I've had the thought for a while now to try to like work on the intro, to add some other stuff to it. John Walker Linda, what the hell? You know, Patriot, I don't need to know that your dude's well endowed. That is not information that I would ever want to know. I also have never tried peeing into a bottle. Maybe a can, certainly a cup. I've been at the doctor enough that I've had to pee in a cup. But never into a bottle. I can only imagine how that would go. Alright, I think we are cleared up. I have to get my freaking feats done here. And no, not feet. Feats with an A. Because I gotta get my deck filled out. Gotta get all my free shit, man. Although I say free, but I had to buy the game. But still. You get your free currency to buy cosmetics with. Alright, let me get out of this. Hang on a sec. Exit. Yeah, I was saying on Discord the other day, it's like, I gotta get some actual Steam friends. I think I've got like 12 friends on Steam. It's really sad. And nobody I play with. I don't play with anyone. Oh, Linda's the American guy that joined the Taliban. Okay, all right. Now I understand. Yeah. I forgot about him. Wasn't Jihadi John also British? And he dropped the bottle. Oh my god, I don't even think my soundboard is working. Hang on a sec, let me see if I can get my soundboard working. I was gonna do a sound effect that I thought was fitting, but dude, nothing is working right. Nothing works. Everything's broken. Everything's kaput. Why does it keep showing me this? I don't care. Oh my god, dude. Dude, enough of that. Holy crap. We're verifying your account? Oh my god. Dude, this voice mod thing is absolutely retarded. I only bought it one time because I wanted to use it for like making videos and shit. And I tell you what, it is the most retarded software I've ever seen. Yeah, an Xbot. Well, technically, oh yeah, Patriot, I've got the thumbnails on a revolving like 30-minute cycle. So I've got KCD, I've got Elden Ring, Expedition 33, Breath of the Wild, one of the Dragon Age games. What the hell? Continue with email. What? I don't even know what account I bought this thing with. What the hell? Let me see if this works. Yeah, no, I've got it for my screensaver and for my background. I've got them on rotate. Okay. Got my special code here. See, we're just doing shit on the fly. I swear I was you know, every Monday it's something different, right? Because I go so long without streaming. I go so long between making videos anymore. And so every stream it's something different. And I go, am I even going to stream? Am I even going to make a video? Am I even going to, you know, spend time on this or that or whatever? And then I get down to it. It's like, okay, yeah, let's do it. But then it turns into I don't have anything ready. So even if I do decide to stream, I don't have my shit together, you know? Where did my software go? Hang on a sec, guys. I'm trying to figure something out here. No, no. Oh my God, Black Friday's coming up. Holy crap. No, we've already verified it. Yes, open. Holy crap. What is going on? About to throw my PC in the garbage, keep signing me out, everything. Oh, War Habit, this is not a good time to throw out your PC. Things are getting super expensive. Hey, Black Cat, you know, voice mod, I think, has to be connected to the internet. I think it has to be. Voice mod's awful. It feels like they're always advertising at you. Yeah, yeah. Oh, another post-op eye appointment. Oh, no worries, Cage. Yeah, DB Wild's got this AI song that he created on like 4 different versions, so I'm sure he wouldn't mind sending that to you. Okay, logged back into voice mod. Now let's see about opening up. Let me see. All right, that appears to be working there. What about here? Nope, those aren't working. Hang on. Where did everything go? Oh my God, it wiped out my soundboard. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, my holy crap. Every time something updates, it just wipes everything else out. So Steam Deck lost all of my sound effects that I had saved. So now I have to go back through and add them one by one by one. Hey, Lucia. How you doing, buddy? Man. Just, okay. Well, you know what? Screw that. No funny sound effects tonight for you guys. I'm sorry. I can't do it. We just can't do it. It's not worth the time to recreate them, so we're just gonna skip that for now. Anyways, happy Monday. Glad to see you guys here. I had some shocking news this morning. We got an email as of like 8 o'clock this morning that they were going to shut off my water on December 1st if I didn't pay last month's water bill. The funny thing about that is the water bill is in the owner of the house's name, and the sprinkler system is god-awful expensive here, but it's been turned off for 2 months. So our portion of the water bill last month was like $100 for the time we were here. And then I assumed our water bill would drastically go down after we turned the sprinklers off. Well, we get another bill for $600+ this month, and we find out there's a late fee and they're going to shut the water off. Well, it turns out the owner was behind on paying the water, or they had sent a check and it hadn't gotten taken care of yet. So honestly, the water bill shouldn't be as bad as I thought it was going to be in the wintertime. But we were getting like these emails and shit where they were going to shut off. I'm like, I haven't lived somewhere where they've threatened to shut off a utility in like probably 25, 30 years. Not since I was a child. So, do I think BBC News is trustworthy? No. Men's breast. Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's an old article. That's an old headline. Men's breast milk is just as nutritious as women's. No. If people are going to complain, and there are people who do, there are people who judge other women if they use formula instead of breast milk. If you're going to tell me that formula is not as good as breast milk, then you cannot tell me that a trans woman's breast funk that they produce is as nutritious as breast milk. No way. You didn't even know I had a soundboard? I rarely use it. I very rarely use it. I don't think any news is trustworthy. Pretty much. I mean, you kind of have to dig through it. You kind of have to like basically sift through the crap to figure out what is and is not trustworthy, unfortunately. Like I've got all my video clips because those are straight through Streamlabs, but the problem with this soundboard crap is it all works through the Stream Deck, which then has to connect to the PC. So it's basically like I'm not just using the voice mod on the computer, I'm running it through the Stream Deck, which is why it keeps crapping out. So it is what it is. We grow. Well, that's an interesting expression. I'm gonna have to remember that one. Not too much. How are you doing? To be honest, I don't know how to pronounce your username. TR37TH. Truth? I don't know. I have no idea. But I appreciate you being here. All right. Let me see here. Wait, Truth, is that you, Guitar Man, or is it somebody else I'm thinking of? All right, let's get to the first. Oh, hang on a second. Before I get to the first topic, I had a really funny one that I just saw and I put on my bookmarks. Hang on a sec. Because we're going to go rapid fire through some good news and then some bad news and get to the DSP Asmon Gold stuff. Because there's some funny shit there. There's some really funny shit there. Now, I have not watched this yet, but apparently this is the levels of idiocy that we've gotten to here. Apparently Pokimane, oh, I disappeared on you guys, hang on. Pokimane decided to get an engagement ring for herself. Now, this is the chick who allegedly has had, like, I don't know, a bunch of different boyfriends and kept them secret for, like, her entire career on Twitch, where she's been getting these, you know, simps to send her money every month, tier 3 subs, donations, all that good stuff, buying her overpriced cookies and shit. Chia pets, oh yeah. And apparently she bought herself an engagement ring. So it says, a lot of you are saying, girl, just go get one for yourself. So that's what I did. The person you're engaged to the most in your entire lifetime is your damn self. So why shouldn't I get this ring? I swear to God. You know, I know a lot of people have been judging Pokimane and other girls that are approaching 30 or in their 30s from saying, you need to have kids. No, I don't think people like this need to have kids. She's hitting the wall soon. I mean, technically, I don't like the whole idea of hitting the wall, especially because, you know, as somebody who's almost 40, I can sympathize with that. However, it does work differently for men than for women. Obviously, the whole empty egg carton thing, once you get past a certain age, it becomes harder and harder to have a healthy pregnancy. That's just scientific fact. That's not even misogyny or sexism or whatever. It's just reality. However, she's like 90% fake. It's all makeup and filters and lighting and stuff. So if you take all that off, she's a very plain, normal girl. And I don't understand. I've said this for a while. I said this on Words of Paradise, Leon's stream one time. I don't understand this current generation of guys simping for really plain girls. It would be one thing. It would be one thing if they were hot, if they were above average hot, if they were like, you know, I don't know. I can't even think of a great example right now. But these are like the most boring, basic girls covered in makeup that you could ever see. So I don't know. I vaguely remember hearing that there was a younger Pokimane streamer. Oh, I don't even know. I have no idea.
Bought an engagement ring for myself. Okay, but you guys told me to. In the comments my last video, you guys kept talking about a ring. A lot of you were saying, girl, just go get one for yourself. So that's what I did.
Who was saying get one for yourself?
I just fell in love with. It felt like way too much to get for myself.
It is like this tangible
but then
thing that
I thought
you
about
can
it,
point to and say, hey man, I love you. This many
Oh,
dollars.
yeah.
You should L00K at the game. The Great Rebellion.
L00K.
Nintendo of America and Europe pull the plug in the last minute. Everyone should check.
Yeah, I saw Kilted Cajun had a video on that, Lucia. Maybe we can bring that up if we run out of time, or if we have enough time later on. I had that pulled up for the Friday stream. Okay, guys, so thank you for the 5, Lucia. And once again, we are going to get completely derailed because this goes back to last week why I didn't stream. I had that brought up for a Friday night stream, and it was in my mini tabs of things I was going to talk about when the stream started. 9:20-ish, 9:25. I was really tired on Friday. I really wanted to stream. I had a bunch of stuff to talk about, but not a lot of energy, not a lot of coherent thoughts going on. And the wife is like, can you give the dog a bath? Because the dog was just itchy and smelly. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not streaming. So at like 9:30 last Friday, I turned my computer off and went and bathed the dog. But yes, I had that brought up to talk about. That was 100% something to talk about. Yes, like Anita Sarkeesian having a wedding for herself. Although she wasn't the only one that did that. There was somebody else I vaguely recall who did that as well. But yes, exactly the same kind of energy. That goes way beyond jerking off. But you got to marry the favorite hand if you're a lefty or a righty, right? So if you have a ring on this finger, it means yeah, exactly. Anyways, Lugia, thanks for the 5, buddy. Appreciate you. All right, let's play the rest of this.
It's like, I hope someday I actually get engaged. The person that you are engaged to the most in your entire lifetime is your damn self.
That doesn't even mean anything. That's not what engagement is. It doesn't mean what you engage, like what you spend your time engaged with. Oh my God, this girl.
So why shouldn't I get this ring for my damn self? So, this is me proposing to myself. Damn! Look at the gorgeous
financed, mind you, by all her simps on Twitch, all the guys who for years thought she was single, and of course, you know, by the, what was it, $5 or $10 bags of cookies that were just a relabel that she was selling. Yeah, extremely cringe Korean cowboy. This shit, anytime it's like, I'm marrying myself, I'm getting engaged to myself. Just say that you're single, lonely, and that you're just gonna end up, you know, with 30 cats. My daughter jokes about it, and I know my daughter will be a very nice, well-mannered, well-adjusted young woman, and when it's time for her to date and get married, I'm sure she'll do well and find a nice guy. But my daughter at 10 years old jokes about being an old cat lady, and I get it. Like, for some people it works. My daughter's obsessed with her cat, so I'm hoping she outgrows that and actually decides that, you know, she doesn't want to be a 90-year-old woman dying covered in cats, you know. But it is what it is. No one's gonna marry your makeup Pokemon, yeah. At this point, you might as well just say I'm materialistic and bought this ring for myself. Yeah, pretty much.
Gorgeous diamonds. And the packaging is beautiful. The way that it
Odyssey
contrasts.
appears to be having issues connecting to the stream tonight.
You want to eat it? Is that just meat? Like, it's
That's
so
not the end of the world.
delectable. Will I be with me for the rest of my life? Well, yes, I've no choice. But yes, I'm gonna have the
she's
opportunity
insufferable.
to gift my husband the sickest engagement ring for men that there ever was, and I cannot wait. You guys know how much I love gift giving, and just that idea makes me so happy.
I don't even know what to say about this, but I'm glad that I saw this. Tectone quote tweeted this and shared this, and the people in the comments are roasting the absolute hell out of her. It is hilarious. But yeah, this apparently is what people spend their time watching, I guess. All right. She's just a material girl living in a material world, being boring. Yeah. All right, so shift up. Here's some good news. We're going to start the stream with mostly some good news and then some weird news, some negative news. Unfortunately, we got to address some of that, and then some interesting stuff about Darkside Phil. All right. So Shift Up released a chart showing that Stellar Blade is the best-selling PlayStation exclusive single-player PC launch in history. That's a mouthful, but they have to specify because, again, they're talking about single-player games that are PlayStation exclusives, not games like Helldivers 2. Could help with the money she spent on this. Yeah, well, and Warhabit, the funny thing about that is it's not just that she could have spent the money somewhere else. These are the people who criticize Elon Musk for being a billionaire, who criticize the other millionaires and corporate, CEOs and executives in America for being rich and getting their paid vacations and their bonuses and all that. You guys could solve hunger. You guys could solve, famine and disease in the Middle East or in Africa. But she has no problem taking them Twitch dollars and money from, guys and all that. Can't defeat the goober epidemic, pretty much. Asmon, he'll just let you talk, but Craig is actually cool. So the DSP side-scrollers thing, I think that happened weeks ago. And I don't know much of the details. I know Quillpig was talking about that on Discord. I don't really know what to make of that. It makes me want to swan dive off my porch to break my neck. Oh my god. Oh, speaking of which, breaking necks and birds. There was a video going around on Twitter that people were trying to claim was AI, but it was actually real. This girl is on a golf course, and she's like in between, like, she's not on the greens. She's like out in the rough, and there's, a little bit of water and like a strip of grass and then more water, and she's trying to just pop the ball over the water to get it back onto the course, and she hits it straight into this duck, and it must have broken its neck because it's like rolling around. It was the freakiest looking thing, and she's horrified, right? And it's like, this is how I started my day watching this video. I'm like, oh my god, you gotta love Twitter. One day you're watching some Mexican cartel flambe some guy, the next you're watching some poor girl break a duck's neck with a golf ball. I'm like, I'm not cut out for the internet. I've seen too much in my lifetime. I just can't. It was like 5 hours though. Probably should watch the highlights. It happened in 20. Oh, so it was like a couple years ago. Okay. Not gonna watch any videos with DSP. I do like hearing about them though. Well, we're gonna watch a couple clips from the Asmon interview. They talked for an hour and 50 minutes. There's a few that I think I found on Twitter that are like 3 to 5 minutes long that are significantly more. There was a lot of filler in the video. There was straight up a lot of filler. Anyways, the game reached 192,000 peak concurrent players on Steam at launch, over 2.5 times more than the previous record. Of course, we also have Where Winds Meet, a game that I have no interest in playing. It could be good, could be terrible. I don't really care. It's got an 85% very positive rating, which is awesome. When I watched the trailer for this game, nothing about this really interested me, but I mean, the game might be good. The game might be really good. It says Where Winds Meet has reached over 250,000 peak concurrent players on Steam. Now, the significant part about this is it's a free-to-play game. So there is that differentiation between obviously a game like Stellar Blade or any other game that's, you pay to play it versus this, which is free to play. So yeah, Warhabit, like I said, I saw the trailer for it. I'm like, okay, I get it. It could float somebody's boat, just not mine. It just doesn't really look good for me. That shit will ruin your YouTube algorithm, right, Remy? No, I mean, 100%, I could definitely see that being a thing. I don't typically go seeking out DSP content. Speaking of ruining your algorithm, I comment on one transgender-related topic on Twitter like 5 days ago, and my entire timeline for the last 5 days is just people pruning out one after the other, posting all sorts of like, if you won't date trans women as a straight man, then you're blah, 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 and trans women are the same as biological women. It's like, what did I get myself into? Buy a flying boat cosmetic in the game for the low price of $40,000. I was hearing something about that, dude, that the cosmetics in the Where Winds Meet game are like ridiculously expensive. That's crazy. Like, that is legitimately insane. Holy crap. Let me see here. Oh, here's a good comparison, though. This Emerald Apple account, I don't really follow or have much use for. They're just kind of like a Grum's dick rider, to be honest. And a lot of the time, it's just posting like weird AI. I don't want to say like adult content, but it's kind of like weird, kinky, like fetish stuff, right? So I don't typically follow these accounts. I'm like, I'm good. You might have a decent post once in a while, but I just have no interest in following you. But they said critic reviews push an agenda unaligned with the interests of the average gamer. They rated the major blockbuster game Where Winds Meet a 6, lower than Concord's 7. Concord never broke 700 players, while Where Winds Meet keeps hitting higher numbers from word-of-mouth marketing, with a new record at 251,000 concurrent players. If developers trust critic reviews at this point, it's a surefire way to tank your game and lose a lot of money. Again, the one thing I will specify, and that's important to remember, is when you're talking about reviews of games, I know you guys can't see it because my camera's in the way, the IGN review for Concord was by somebody named Travis Northup, and Jarrett Green did the one for Where Winds Meet. So again, it doesn't mean, yes, IGN gave it a 6, IGN gave it a 7, but they were different people. So different people are going to have different opinions. People are bot foreigners. I mean, maybe. Much like that space game that has made trillions over the years and still ain't out. Are you talking about Star Citizen? Dude, Star Citizen is such a scam, it's not even funny. Like, straight up, I don't even know. Star Citizen ships are just designs. 2 of my younger cousins transitioned. Oh my god. Younger, that's terrifying, dude. That is awful. Amazingly enough, none of my younger nieces or nephews who range ages 10, 12-ish, and all the way up into their 20s, a lot of them are screwed up in the head. A lot of them are pretty messed up, but none of them have transitioned. And that's from both sides of the family, my wife's side as well as mine. And there's a lot of nieces and nephews combined. And they, like I said, there's a lot of screwed up shit going on, but nobody trying to change their gender. And in fact, not even anybody who's gay or anything. So it's just like, they all seem, normal's a stretch, but by comparison to Gen Z, I mean, fairly normal, right? Niece thinks she's boy gone straight up from beautiful young girl to typical looking blue haired with nose ring. Right. Patriot, it's the weirdest thing. They completely, it's not just pushing back against like societal expectations like what we had with like the punk emo era where it's like everything's black, everything's goth, everything's nose rings because I want to be an individualist and different from society, even though there's millions of people who now look just like me because now it's a fad. I don't know. It's really awful. If IGN want to be fair, they should have multiple people review a game. Yes, that is 100%. Or, not one dude dressed as a gal. No, so, okay. Prime example. I was going to make a video on Jennifer, what's her face, from Jennifer English. I think is her name, the voice actress for Mael off of Expedition 33, and she's done voice acting on Baldur's Gate 3 and a bunch of other games, right? Fantastic voice actress. Absolutely, she deserved to win the Golden Joystick. Then she gets up there and talks about queer joy, right? And it's like, okay, cringe, whatever. But it wasn't one of those things where it's like, oh, cancel this game, cancel this actress, she's terrible. No, it's just one of those stupid, cringe, virtue signaling, weird things that actors and actresses say because 90% of them are narcissistic twats, right? They're just terrible people. They're just awful, annoying people. Doesn't mean they can't do a good job. Not comparable to Erica Ishii to, saying F TERFs and, is basically my wife's Antifa, screw you if you vote for Trump, those kind of things, right? Zendaya of gaming. Well, but Geek, at least she was really good. She was really good in Expedition 33. I thought she did a fantastic job. Like, all the voice acting was fantastic. I think, what's his face? Andy Serkis doesn't get enough credit. I thought he did a fantastic job. And, of course, Charlie Cox got all the attention because he was Daredevil. He was the big name in the game, right? Even though he was only, spoiler alert, he was only in a third of the game. But he is apparently came out and said that any nomination or credit for his role should be given to his character's motion capture artist. Said there's an amazing French actor by the name of Maxence Cazorla. That's an interesting French name. That didn't sound French, but okay. Who did almost all the motion capture for that role. Any nomination or any credit I get, I really have to give to him. He also famously said he recorded like all of his voice lines in like one 24-hour period or something, right? I think the actress had a pew-pew on her head to say those words. No, I mean, are we talking about Jennifer English or whatever her name is? I don't know. She seemed very excited to talk about her queer joy. And this was one of those things I got into. It's like, I would have had no problem. She's gay. I'm straight. So whatever. I would have had no problem if she was like, thank you to my love of my life, my beautiful wife, beautiful girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so she's a lesbian. Okay, got it. Cool, whatever. And then I would have moved on with my day. It would have had no effect on my impression of her role. It was that whole, I'm gay, queer joy, queerness is what made me be able to play this character. And I'm like, queerness and being gay is what made you able to play the character. She's a 16-year-old girl, 15-year-old girl whose orientation isn't even talked about or defined in the role. So what about you being gay led to you being able to have a better attempt at this character? I don't know. Lesbians culturally appropriating the term right. Fair enough. She's not gay. She's lesbian. Whatever. Now we're splitting hairs at this point. She's all right, but she's everywhere. Pedro Pascal's a great actor, but he's tiring. See, I thought personally, I can't stand Pedro Pascal. I can't stand looking at him, and I don't think he's that great of an actor. But that's just my personal issue with him, Penis envy's real. I mean, the first thing lesbians do is get all butch, right? No spoilers? All right. So we're moving on. Here's a fun one. I put this in between the good news, happy, positive stuff and the weird negative stuff because I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to feel about this or which way this would go. Adolf Hitler may win tomorrow's upcoming elections in Namibia. The 59-year-old Namibian politician was first elected in 2020 with a large margin of the Omupanda constituency, receiving 85% of the vote. Adolf Hitler Unona represents the Southwest Africa People's Organization, which has governed Namibia since it gained independence in 1990. The country's electoral commission predicts that Unona will once again secure the majority of votes. The politician emphasized that unlike his infamous namesake, he has no plans for genocide or world domination. He rose again. Oh my god, dude. I said this man, if you look at this man, he has seen some shit, okay? I know nothing about him. He could be the nicest guy on the planet. He could be like a very merciful, benevolent leader, or he could be like, one of these guys that keeps the tire companies, functioning. But to be honest, I have no clue. But I just posted on here, I'm like, he has no plans for genocide or world domination, bro. Those eyes tell a different story. Because it's just like, I can't even, with the name and that stare, I'm like, all right, some bad shit's probably going to happen. Maybe not, who knows? People in modern Hollywood love these days. We don't, just how it is. There'll be a swing soon, I'd wager. I don't know, Patriot, because 99% of talented actors tend to be more like liberal fruitcakes and narcissists. You might get where you had the girl from Hunger Games where she's like, yeah, basically now I'm going to stop talking politics because it's hurting my ability to get roles and people don't want to watch it. I think it'll be more like that. They'll stop talking about it so much. Back in Black. Okay, so here you go. I don't know if these are real. I'm not going to click on the link. Not going to clit on the link. Apparently, Freudian slip there. Nintendo Kirby Face Fuzzy Slipper Socks for $8.94. They should be $8.69 via Box Lunch. I mean, once you see it, you really can't unsee it. I mean, it's I'm just like, Kirby, you got no chill, man. You got to chill, bro. That, yeah, you got some Kirby bussy going on. Yeah. I saw this. I'm like, well, I have to share this with you guys because holy crap. Bad news for Call of Duty, good news for everybody who has good taste. Black Ops 7 suffers the worst Japan launch in the 20-year franchise history. Call of Duty Black Ops 7's first week retail launch sales were 12,311, with the PS4 version reportedly adding to this by allegedly selling under 1,800 copies. He was trying to get him to... Wait, Philip Chan's chat was trying to get him to buy some for himself? Oh my god. Well, right, but Lugia, here's the thing. I love Mel Gibson, and Rob Schneider, he had some good movies back in the day. I wish we could get back to not knowing about anybody's politics. Yes, it feels nice to hear, oh, Bruce Willis was a conservative. Yes, Charlton Heston was with the NRA. And yeah, Mel Gibson's, a Roman Catholic conservative, and Vince Vaughn. And it's like, okay, so it's nice to get to claim these guys once in a while. And Chris Pratt's not a woke lunatic. And so they automatically assume he's like right of Hitler. And so, yeah, I mean, it's one of these things where you feel good because you don't see them very often. At the same time, it's just the other side of the same coin. I wish we could just get back to entertainers just being entertainers. Yeah, we all kind of enjoy hearing a conservative entertainer come out and share a based opinion. But what we really need is for entertainers to stay the hell out of politics in general. Like, I think entertainers just need to be treated like court jesters. Like, everyone else can have opinions on politics. Just entertainers, just shut the hell up. Whether you're an actor or a comedian, athlete, whatever. It's like, ugh. Anyways, I don't know. The entire cast of Star Trek TNG were whacked up until they showed us they were very happy with that. Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, I think Patrick Stewart, I'm sure he's like a bleeding heart liberal. You don't hear too much from him. Like Lugia, I get it. It feels good to have people who are more or less famous or influential who turn out to also be conservatively minded or based or whatever. But it's at the same time, it's fueling the same shit where you got left-wing lunatic entertainers who just have to share their opinion with everybody. Well, it's just two sides of the same coin. Throw some money at these lunatics and say dance monkey. Exactly. But why do that when they can keep talking politics and ruin their career? Apparently it's a trend. I mean, that is, yeah. Putting their politics out into the world is destroy their reputations. I mean, it just depends on how extreme they are. You could be Robert De Niro, and he has the very basic Democrat, staunch, left-leaning line. Robert De Niro goes out there and he'll be like, oh yeah, F Trump and this and that. And, oh yeah, he's, big tough guy, right? And that's about it. You'll never hear Robert De Niro saying free Palestine from Gaza to the sea or from the river to the sea, whatever the hell their cringe expression is. You'll never see, Robert De Niro saying that, but he'll say F Trump all day long because he's the party Democrat. He's not one of these far lefties. He has the right politics in Hollywood. He's got the wrong politics for people who are half his age. Old school British liberal. He's more aligned with modern Western conservatism. Is Patrick Stewart gay in real life? Does anybody actually know? Like, I feel like he has played straight and gay both so incredibly well. I don't know if anybody here is an old ass like 80s, 90s TV show watcher like I am, but I grew up watching Frasier. Especially it's funny because, supposedly filmed in Seattle, which it wasn't. His entire skyline in his apartment doesn't exist, by the way. It's all fake. In Frasier, at one point, Patrick Stewart was a guest on the show, and he played like this incredibly gay character, and he did it convincingly well. Pretty sure he married a woman? All right, well, there you go. In part due to gatekeeping, another part, if you're not a leftist, you tend to be practically minded. The leftists tend to be dreamers, like they believe in lies. He's gay and married. Wait, he's gay and married? Oh, well, that would make sense. Because, yeah, he plays gay exceptionally well. But outside of the few times I've seen him play gay, I wouldn't have thought he was gay. Oh, he's not gay in real life? I'm so confused. He's super flamboyant in all his bloopers. I mean, I love Patrick Stewart, don't get me wrong. Okay, prime example. Kelsey Grammer is another one of those guys who in recent years really has gotten more into politics and talked about his views on the world and you know, everything else. That's cool. Makes me like Kelsey Grammer more, but I still wish we didn't know everyone's politics. I don't know. Okay, so Black Ops 7 sucks, apparently. If anybody didn't know that, now you do. Ian McKellen. And Ian McKellen is flamboyantly gay. He doesn't like talk with a lisp or something, but anytime you see Ian McKellen out of costume, like again, they got him all scruffy and dirty for Gandalf and had the fake nose on him and the beard and the pointy hat and stuff. And for Magneto, he had the helmet on and the costume the whole time. But outside of all that, when you see Ian McKellen in interviews, he is like, everything is like open buttoned, or you know, at least it used to be. Now he's so old, I imagine he doesn't do that. But he used to dress very flamboyantly. You making a Christmas movie collection this year? A lot of old movies. Obviously, Home Alone, Polar Express. Polar Express, I'm not a huge fan of. I do like the message of the story, like of the movie. I just don't really like the animation. Christmas Carol, not sure about which version. Maybe the Muppets. Muppets, 1,000%, dude. 1,000% Muppets one, hands down. With what's his name? Crap. The guy that played Alfred on Batman. Not John Cleese. John Cleese is the guy off of Fish Called Wanda and Faulty Towers and crap. What was his name? Michael Caine. Why couldn't I think Michael Caine? Oh my God. Patrick Stewart is a Nazi leader in Green Room. I've never seen Green Room. Yeah, no. Muppet Christmas Carol, 1,000%. That movie is awesome. Now they're sexual everything. Well, yeah. Now you went from okay. I don't want to say Elton John's a good example of that because Elton John was always flamboyant, but he still wrote music that wasn't flamboyant. The music a lot of times were songs about women, you know. Yeah, I'm Michael Caine. I don't know how I was not figuring that one out. Polar Express equals Uncanny Valley. That's exactly what it is for me. Something is off with the animation in that movie. All right. Michael Legacy Killa here says, on top of its horrible sales, reviews of Black Ops 7 continue to plummet. OpenCritic has it at 65 out of 100, only 38% recommending it. Steam, less than 2,000 reviews, only 38% are positive. How can there be less than 2,000 reviews on Steam? Dude, nobody is buying this game. That is crazy. And I don't have a dog in the fight between Battlefield and Call of Duty. I'll play either one if they're worth playing. I don't really care. I play very few of either one. But people were like, oh, Battlefield's not going to kill Call of Duty. Your guys are crazy. Call of Duty's going to kick Battlefield's ass. Isn't it a Game Pass game? Yes, all Call of Duties. All the new Call of Duties from day one until forever, until they stop doing this, are on the Ultimate Game Pass. When they go to Five's Mama House is the best. I don't remember if I've seen that one or not. I love AI, but companies are being dumb. Yeah, it's lazy slop kind of AI is the problem, Patriot. I don't think Elton John wrote most of his songs. Well, that might have something to do with it. Hey, Sonomics. Elton John was never woke. Really good in my opinion. Well, he was too coked out of his mind to be woke. I didn't watch the movie that they got that kid Taron Egerton to play Elton John. It's like a documentary drama type film. But I guess between the gay sex and the partying and the you know rock and roll lifestyle, I guess Elton John snorted a lot of cocaine or some shit. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, I guess he was pretty wild and out back in the day. All right, so guys, I promised you bad news. Have you guys, my PC nerds here, my fellow PC Master Race bros, have you guys seen the price of RAM, apparently? This shit is insane. So Pirate Nation says RAM prices quintupled in just 2 months. A PS5 Pro is now cheaper than DRAM. And of course, this is DDR5. I don't know what DDR4 is currently priced at. That's my 3 computers in my house, my wife's here, mine, and my kids, all have DDR4 because we're all on the AM4 chips and stuff. But like, I now am probably never going to upgrade to an AM5 chip, ever. Not with these prices. Like, I don't think they're ever coming back down. Wagon Burner, how you doing, buddy? Check out the Christmas toy, predates Toy Story. I remember Toy Soldier, Indian in the Cabinet. There was a lot of those kind of movies back in the 80s and 90s, like the little miniature toys that come to life and shit. Oh, Steam Machine's gonna be... Dude, Steam Machine's retarded. I understand. I was watching Cult Classic Cage. Cassie was talking about this a couple weeks ago on her live stream, that for her, she's got like a $7,000 computer at home, right? So she can do all of her gaming and video editing, all that at home. But she has a lot of downtime at work, and she doesn't want to buy a small like form factor computer to take to work. She could take the Steam Machine, plug it into her computer or like monitor or TV screen at work and play it, and that's easier. So okay, there might be some circumstances where I get it, that it's easier for the convenience side of things to just buy the Steam Machine. But if it's going to be close to $1,000, if not more than that, which it probably will be more than that, that's insane. Oh, hey, Empress. The NAND chip demand for data centers caused a supply shortage until mid-2026. Holy crap. I tried having elf friends once. I no longer believe elves exist. Oh my god. Got a few friends in each of the 3 letters. I get along with all of them. Oh, but you don't have any friends in the T? Damn, dude. Jimmy Neutron cartoon style? Yeah. Everyone's saying Steam Machine's overpriced, but I was thinking what PC games are you going to play on a $1,000 PC in 2025? So the thing about the Steam Machine that I understand in comparison to a... Okay, let's try to get to a point where we justify the price tag on the Steam Machine, right? Not too much, Empress, just random factoids and random shit, you know, just kind of... We're really behind. I was not even kidding. I was playing Arc Raiders for about 30 minutes up until the stream started, and then I had to clear out my inventory before we could even get going, and since then I've been derailed on random stuff. But in this situation, if I have Xbox, if I have Game Pass, if I have a PlayStation Plus, if I want to play anything that's online. So you're free to play games on Xbox, Apex Legends, Rocket League, those kind of games. Those are free. You don't have to pay for Xbox Live. I got a lot of burps tonight. I'm sorry. However, if you want to play games like anything that requires Xbox Live, well, then you might as well pay for Game Pass, because then you get the full library of games. So now you're paying $30 a month. You get Game Pass and you're paying for Xbox Live. With Steam, you open yourself up to the millions, probably not millions, but hundreds of thousands of games available on the Steam operating system, on the Steam library, you know, the Steam, store, if you will. So that being said, you have so many more options to buy your games cheaper, to buy different games, indie games, things that will never be available on console exclusives. You can't play on your Xbox, but you can play them on your Steam machine. All these things. There are real advantages to buying a Steam machine over a PS5, over an Xbox, or whatever. But the part that gives me pause is the fact that it's not even as good as a PS5. If you're going to tell me we're going to sell this console replacement that operates on Steam and you can play your entire Steam library, and the thing is like the size of a GameCube and everything else, and it's better than a PS5, or at least it's comparable to the power of a PS5, okay, I'm in. I got you. I can understand that. But now you're telling me, okay, the advantage is it has the Steam library that you have access to, but it doesn't even have the power of a PS5, then what games are you really playing on it? Because, again, like you said, the $1,000 PC thing, there are going to be limitations. If you have a $1,000 PC, there are games that you will not be able to play. So, okay, you have the Steam library access, but now you have games on there that you can't play because your hardware sucks. Oh, well, you can upgrade the hardware. Great. You have to know how to take the thing apart, apparently. And not... People are going to buy the Steam machine because they're not PC-minded, so they're going to buy something that's basically a PC in a console case, and then they're going to have to operate on it just to put more RAM sticks in, you know? There's just a lot of downside to that, in my opinion. That's why my PS5 is gathering dust. I've joked for years now about buying my kids a PS5. They're not even interested. And that's not because we have like brand loyalty to one thing or the other. They just know that there's not really any reason to buy it. Probably wear my big tag on my sleeve, based. DDR4 has also gone up. I believe it. I'll believe it. Yeah, but we don't pay extra money to play online in Steam. That is the advantage. 2 chunks of 32 gig DDR5 for just under $300. Dude, DB, that's time to scalp those, buddy. Time to scalp those. Make games more accessible to Linux. That'd be cool. Okay, for playing retro emulation games, right? But you're buying a console that's supposed to play current gen games. If it's going to run retro games, that's great. It should be priced as such. It should be the price of a Nintendo Switch 1. You know. Yeah, PC ports, so we know how bad optimization can be. Exactly. It's made for backloggers. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I could see that. People like me who have games that have been sitting there for years. Spider-Man. I was gifted Spider-Man 5 years ago, and I still haven't even installed it on my computer. I feel terrible. Oh, my God. Did I check out the R thing? R thing. What are we talking about, Cage? R thing. Oh, hang on. I keep forgetting. I got to turn on live chat and not top chat. I'm sure I've missed a few comments here and there. Oh, the RAM prices are insane. Are we talking... Is that Rockstar? Oh, I think you mean Rockstar. Yeah, no, the RAM prices are nuts. Yeah, Steam is great at selling games we don't want to play. Not just selling games we don't want to play. Great at selling games that we have the intention to play. They price them so low, you say, hey, it's $5. Why the hell not? Look, I have almost bought RoboCop probably a half dozen times. I watched gameplay of RoboCop. I have no interest in playing RoboCop, but people keep saying how great the game is. I keep seeing it for $5, and every time I see it for $5, I'm more tempted to buy it. But if I do eventually buy it, I'm never going to play it. So this is how they get you. And again, everyone says RoboCop is a fantastic game. Great, awesome. I know if I buy it, I'm never going to play it, but it's so cheap. You got bored with it? It's a nice close to Terminator 2. Oh, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I watched gameplay, and it just looked really boring to me. Yeah, somebody was selling 2 sticks of DDR5 32 gig, so 64 total, on Amazon for $1,220. I don't want to play Immortals of Avernum, but it was being sold for $1, and I was quite tempted. I bought a couple games for $1. Legacy Killer says gaming's about to get a lot more expensive. Next gen Xbox and PS6 might just be cooked. And yes, you can again blame AI for this. I'm not sure. I know that Legendary Drops talks about the AI part of it, so maybe there's a better explanation. I'm building a new PC right now because of this. It's getting bad fast, worse than the crypto boom a few years ago, and it won't be slowing down. Well, I don't have the extra money to buy other parts. I'm tapped out. Knowing that I almost had a $600 water bill this month, luckily it's not the case, but I was really worried about that. I'm like, I can't afford dinner. Like, I'm not gonna be able to eat for like the next week if my water bill keeps getting that high. Oh my God. Yeah, Wild, I saw him post that the other day, Robocock. I'm like, was that intentional? Was that a Freudian slip? I have no idea what that was about. I'm like, that's interesting. So Tim Sweeney had said RAM price increases will be a real problem for high-end gaming for several years. Factories are diverting leading-edge DRAM capacity to meet AI needs where data centers are bidding far higher than consumer device makers. I don't know what that means. I don't know. But Legendary Drop says, high-end gaming, try just gaming in general. The entire push into AI is going to make getting any hardware insanely expensive.
The best way
yeah.
to show someone how much
tell me this isn't artificial scarcity to push the gaming into a hardwareless landscape
point to
depending on
and say,
cloud
"Hey,
gaming
man,
filled with ads." I could see that.
This many
Ooh,
dollars.
$1 from Patreon. Thanks, buddy. I was going to buy a computer, when, but couldn't afford it. Now definitely can't. Dude, it's the craziest thing. It is. And I'm over here going, yeah, if I need a computer part, if my computer dies, if I need to replace the power supply. Look, it was time to replace the graphics card. The 90 XTs came out. They priced them at $300 and $350, 16 gigs. I'm like, screw it. I'm going to spend the $350 plus tax. I'm just going to buy myself a graphics card. I need to upgrade. My old graphics card has been, cooking for 5 years. It doesn't have any of that, ray tracing built in. So I desperately need a new card. So I went ahead and did it. I bought it for $350. Now I'm thinking about it going, oh my God, that card that I spent $350 on is probably going to be worth double in a couple of years, because just like during COVID, after I built my computer and my graphics card price increased by double, the same shit's probably going to happen with all the current parts that I have. Going to put the energy cost on us, basically. To buy rice. Love Black Friday sales. Yeah, we all do. Unfortunately, they're not that good anymore. Okay, so DB says the RAM prices are surging because so many AI farms are snagging them all up to process their code generation. Okay, that explains it. I was curious how people were blaming AI. We're talking like back when they started like Bitcoin farming and all the graphics cards were getting bought up by, the companies that had warehouses and shit in China. Got it. Okay. Stream's buffering? Huh. Damn. I'm sorry, guys. I can tell you my Wi-Fi here is not the best. I still have decent download and upload speeds, but as far as like reliability, I need to get... That's one more of those Black Friday sales. Buy a better router, That's probably not going to happen. RAM is so bad right now, even the stream is lagging. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, just refresh, close the tab, reopen the tab. It sounds like that'll do it. I don't know what you're talking about that. As soon as you said it, don't clip that. Stream's lagging. Damn it, YouTube. Let me see here. I'm not going to pay or play some games no matter how cheap they are. Hit me with 3+3-year-old PCs. I'm fine. An old gamer and huge. Yeah, the backlog, exactly. Backlog is huge. It's fine now? I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm not a genius. I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm not an expert. I can handle the basic functions of all this stuff, but Black Friday, 2 weeks before, increase the price, lower back the price during Black Friday. Dude, Geek, have you seen on Amazon when they do that? Amazon is the prime culprit for that. They'll do that for their Prime Day sales. They'll do that for their Black Friday shit. They'll do that for everything. They always jack up the price and then say, oh, it's $70 off. Stream's an absolute mess. Thank God it's not just for me. That's my luck. I'm sorry, man. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary here. The only other person in the house who's even up is my wife, and she's probably just watching Hulu or something in the other room. No worries, Patriot. Have a good night, buddy. All right, so getting to the stuff with Rockstar real quick, because I had seen this going around and Cage shared this on Discord, so I wanted to look into it. I haven't really looked at this article at all. No Equilibrium. That is not happening. I can tell you that right now. Yeah, I don't know why the stream is screwing up, guys. I apologize, though. Could be because I'm streaming to like 6 different places. That might